Chapter 6, The Body Doesn't Lie. You can fake a lot with your mind. Tell yourself stories, edit your emotions, rationalize your choices. But your body? It tells the truth. Every time. It flinches when you lie. Tenses when you're not safe. Shuts down when you're overwhelmed. It holds what your mind can't or won't. You want to know where the trauma is? Where your intuition lives? Where your boundaries really are? Look at your body. This chapter is about that. Not the body as something to master or escape, but as the most honest, unfiltered part of your consciousness. The body doesn't have an agenda. It remembers, it signals, it responds. It's not separate from your mind or your spirit, it is your ground floor. Trauma lives in the flesh. Talk therapy is helpful. Insight is useful. But trauma isn't just a memory in your head, it's an imprint in your nervous system. If you were scared and couldn't run, your body still holds that freeze. If you were angry and had to stay silent, your jaw still clenches. If you had to shrink to survive, your posture shows it. These aren't metaphors. They're neurological facts. When something overwhelming happens, and there's no safe way to respond, the body does the only thing it can: store it. Not as a neat story, but as sensation. Tightness. Numbness. Restlessness. Fatigue. Illness. That's why people break down when they finally feel safe. Not because they're falling apart, but because the body finally has permission to release what it's been carrying. Spirituality that ignores the body is incomplete. Too many spiritual paths treat the body like a problem to overcome. As if the goal is to rise above it, transcend it, detach from it. That's a mistake. You can't embody your truth if you're disconnected from your body. You can't be fully conscious while ignoring the vessel that carries your consciousness. The body is where intuition speaks. Where boundaries form. Where pain signals meaning. It's not less spiritual, it's the front line of spiritual life. When you ignore it, you bypass your real growth. When you reconnect with it, you access the kind of wisdom you can't find in books or mantras. The nervous system is the gatekeeper. The nervous system is where reality hits. You're not too sensitive. You're just picking up on something your body hasn't learned to process yet. Your freeze response? That's not weakness. That's your system trying to protect you from overwhelm. Your panic in meditation? That's not resistance, it's a signal you're forcing something too fast. We're conditioned to override these cues. Push through. Keep calm. Don't be dramatic. And so we disconnect. But the nervous system doesn't care about your spiritual goals. It cares about safety. And until it feels safe, no amount of mental effort will unlock your deeper self. Healing means slowing down enough to listen. It means learning your body's language. Not controlling it, respecting it. Intuition is physical. We talk about intuition like it's some mystical whisper. Sometimes it is. But often, it's physical. A twist in your gut before you say yes to something that feels off. A sudden clarity in your chest when something aligns. A spike in your heart rate when you're around someone who drains you. This isn't woo-woo. It's your body processing millions of signals your conscious mind can't catch. It's the pattern recognition of your lived experience. The body is smarter than your intellect in a lot of ways. The problem? Most of us are so disconnected we can't tell the difference between a trauma response and a true signal. That's why embodiment work matters. You rebuild the link. You learn what's yours, what's old, and what's real. Releasing doesn't always look pretty. When the body lets go, it doesn't always feel peaceful. Sometimes it looks like shaking. Crying. Laughing uncontrollably. Sudden fatigue. Weird dreams. Spontaneous movement. Emotional whiplash. That's not dysfunction, it's release. Healing is primal. It's not about keeping it together. It's about letting the body do what it needed to do years ago but couldn't. You don't have to understand it. You just have to let it happen. The mind wants a clean process. But the body wants truth. And truth is often chaotic before it's clear. The body as compass. Once you stop fighting your body and start listening, it becomes a compass. It tells you when something's off before your mind catches on. It tells you when you're lying to yourself. It tells you what environments nourish you, and which ones drain you. It tells you when to rest, when to move, when to speak, when to stay silent. You stop outsourcing your truth to external authorities and start feeling your way forward. That's not just healing. That's power. Closing the chapter. The body doesn't lie. It can't. It doesn't have the filters, stories, or justifications that the mind clings to. It only knows what's real. That makes it uncomfortable but also trustworthy. You want to go deeper spiritually. Learn your body's language. You want to heal what your mind can't touch? Go through the body. You want to stop repeating old patterns. Let your nervous system rewire through safety, not shame. The next chapter dives into the war between knowing and needing, why we're wired to chase meaning, even when it hurts us, and what it takes to stop searching for answers and start living the questions.